Hey guys, today is episode 2 of The Couch. And the question that we have today is, dang, what's my passcode? Is me and my boyfriend, we've been dating for 2 years now, but nothing is changing. But I am still in love with him. What should I do about that? So, I have been in a couple of situations like that, but I would say if you're the type of person like me, my love language is acts of service. So I'm not really big on like what a person tell me they're gonna do, but more so what you show me and like how you show up for me, like on a daily or in my life period. So if you like that, I feel like maybe you should have a talk with him. Maybe it's time for the talk, to lay everything down on the table. Maybe you need to let him know how you feel that he's not showing up in a relationship. Like, for example, like, let him know, like, it's been 2 years and I feel like you're not changing. Because, I mean, when we all get in relationships, in our heads, well, most girls, I'll say that, we are dating to marry, which means you are starting off little into something big. That means you gotta grow into it. Like, you don't just get in a relationship and boom, just get married. Like, you have to work your way up to that by, I wouldn't say making yourself the right person for somebody else. I would say kind of like making it more easier to like be with that person or something like that, like not causing them more than you have to. Like, for example, I would say we are all raised and brought up differently, so the way that you might see things is probably a completely different way that he see things, and how you expect things to go might be different from how he expect them to go. So I would say, if you haven't already, maybe the talk could help, and maybe in that talk you can set more boundaries and things that you expect from him. And I think it'll be very important to let him know on what areas in the relationship that he's not showing up, so that, you know, he don't have to play the guessing game. But if you have already, then that would be similar to the things that I have experienced in relationships. Like, I would tell the people what they needed to change, but they would just choose not to. For example, that's like the saying, you know, where people say you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink it. So that you can tell somebody what to change, but at the end of the day, it's their choice on whether or not they want to change it or they're going to change it. You can only control what you can control. But if you said something about it, that's kind of like a blog that I wrote, I don't remember when, but it's called The Potential. Like, you can't, in that sense, you can't expect him to know the person that you have in your head of him, because he doesn't know that person. But what you can do is what's fair to you, and if he's just not meeting you back where you need to be met at, then you're not obligated to stay around and wait. Like, and what I mean by that is, I feel like when you are with somebody, you have certain people who want a person who have money. So if that person is making more money than them, they like, okay, you meet me there. That's where you meet me at. So I'm okay with the fact that you don't make me feel good, but you meet me where I need to be met. And another example, that's like if you want love and somebody is meeting you back there with like how they making you feel, you're not gonna care about how much they make, because they meeting you there where you need to be met at. So like, that's just where that goes. You don't have to miss your boat because he's not prepared or ready. You don't have to dummy yourself down to what he understands. You don't have to, you know, shorten your growth on the things you worked hard on and the places you worked hard to get, all because he's still in the same mindset or because he haven't made it to his next chapter. Like, you know, like, that's what life is all about, I guess. You don't it's all about people meeting you back there halfway, 50-50. Like, you can't just miss out on life or the good things that life got for you, or continue to waste your time in a place you see is not benefiting you, or you're not growing, all because you love somebody and, you know, you're telling them over and over again, like, this is what you need to change, that's what you need to change. The same way it's aggravating for them to hear, it's aggravating for the person who constantly have to say it over and over again. So I feel like you make your choice, because it seems like if you have been telling him that, and I'll put it in 2 different ways, so it'll reach you in whatever way you need it to, because you never made it clear which one. So I feel like you should make a choice, because if you have been telling him and he's not changing, he's making a choice not to make you guys' relationship a priority. But if you haven't told him yet and you decide to have that conversation with him and things stay the same, he made his choice. So I feel like in whichever direction you go in, just make a choice that makes you happy, okay? So I hope it reached you, girl.